Okay, so in our society and our educational system, we tend to focus almost exclusively on the mind. So we get to cultivate reason, logic, problem solving, all really, really important skills, very, very important life skills. Now in the process, oftentimes inadvertently, we actually may be leaving out the intelligence of the heart. So in our society and in our educational system, we oftentimes are very heavy-handed on the intellectual, rational mind development and not so much cultivating the wisdom and the intelligence of the heart. So this perspective, the idea then is to find a balance between cultivating the mind and the heart through education and the greater society. So within the individual and the whole, to have greater balance. I truly, truly, truly believe that one of the core causes of human suffering is out of balanceness within the individual and as a collective. So my passion is to try to bring some level of balance within the self and within the collective through education. So this is the philosophy of education that speaks to that balance. So we have the balance between the mind, cultivating the mind and the heart. External world and then the internal world. So in our high-tech society, our attention gets pulled into the external over and over and over again. So it's the next email, the next text message, the next Google search, the next, what's happening with the next celebrity, what they ate for breakfast, right? Our attention is constantly being pulled and fixated in the external world. And that's cool, we need to be aware of what's going on, we need to take care of our business, great. Now, but if that's out of balance, if we are not spending equal amounts of time and energy on our internal development, so that means being in silence, learning to listen to the inner voice of ourselves, our own guidance or wisdom, accessing higher creativity, imagination, intuition. If we're not developing that inner piece, then we're out of balance. So again, the idea is to find balance between our inner and outer worlds, that we're cultivating both. Our society and our educational system prizes itself on individualism and competition, right? And which is important. We need to have personal accomplishments, absolutely. Goals are great, very good. Now, the problem happens when we forget that we are also part of a human family. And so the idea is to find ways to cultivate our gifts and our passions while seeing how we can contribute to the greater whole. That would be a place of balance. And then finally, our society and our educational system is very much fixated on money, right? So the story goes very simply. You have to go to school, get good grades, so you can get a good job, make good money, and then at some point in the future, you'll be happy. So money comes first, that's the purpose, and then happy comes later, right? Well, we know that that's not the case. People with a lot of money are not necessarily the happiest people. So again, money is important. We need it to operate. Great. Let's be stable financially. Now, the problem happens when we forget about the human being. When we forget about the human being, we're completely out of balance, and that's what we're seeing today with greed, with avarice, with abuse of power, domination, control, all of those things that get us out of whack as a society and individually. So again, the idea is balance. And that's what this philosophy or theory or model of education and balanced, from a balanced perspective, is to find ways so that we're cultivating all of these dimensions of the human being, so that we're balanced within ourselves and each other. And I think that will help relieve and eliminate, hopefully over time, a lot of the suffering that we're experiencing so that we can be happy. And that's what it's about. Thanks for listening. That's it.